The carnivore death rate has hit 100%. Don't believe me? Watch the video and I will prove it. This is the Carnivore Champion. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Carnivore Champion. My name's Johnny, and in today's video, I'm going to prove to you that the carnivore death rate is in fact 100%. But the vegan death rate is only 100%. In other words, the death rate, no matter what eating style you choose, is 100%. Let me explain. You see, no matter which eating style you follow, whether it be carnivore, Mediterranean, vegan, vegetarian, or the standard American diet, we all have an appointed time to meet our maker. So if death is the constant, what is the variable? In my opinion, the variable is your life. How do you live your life? Do you enjoy being alive? Is death a step up or a step down from where you're at right now? I know that sounds kind of harsh, but we have to really consider that. We're all going to die. Being a carnivore does not guarantee you immortality. All right. I believe as a Christian, following Jesus gives you life after death. That's my belief. But so while we're here on earth, what can we do to make sure that we are not dead, but breathing and have a heartbeat? And if you are so inflamed and so sick and in such misery day to day, are you truly living? I would argue no. I think that following the carnivore diet, getting proper sleep, doing all the things that I preach on this channel daily, and others do too, Dr. Berry, Dr. Chafee, Dr. O'Mara, all these physicians that come on here, and they're giving you the prescription for life. And when I say life, I don't mean a heartbeat and breathing. I mean real life, life that you enjoy, life that you go to bed at night and you can't wait to get up in the morning and do it all again. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Even though I fell off the wagon, even though I went backwards by 60 pounds, I found that sweet spot right now to where I'm just so happy. I'm optimistic about the future. I'm really enjoying my day-to-day life. That wasn't the case a couple of years ago before I started the carnivore diet. I thought death would be a step up from where I was. And the truth of the matter is it might have been. So take that in consideration, you know. If your feet hurt, your knees hurt, your back hurts, all you can do is sit on the couch and veg and watch TV, that's the only pleasure you get in life, then you need to reevaluate, in my opinion, where your life is headed. You know, I see people all the time. On my job, I pick people up from the hospital and take them back to the nursing home. And as I travel the halls of the nursing homes, man, I'm seeing people in their 40s, 50s, 60s, early 70s, that had they made a few different decisions, or even if they would start today and make different decisions about what to eat, when to sleep, how much to move, I believe they could go back home and live independently. And I mean live independently, not just exist. So that's kind of got me fired up today, thinking about how many, probably hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people who are in nursing homes today that had they made a few different decisions, what to eat, when to eat, how much sleep to get, how to prioritize movement and health, they would probably still be at home and the government would be saving $1 trillion. You want to fix the government? Quit paying for long-term care for people who are in their 50s. You know, we've got to, as a movement, as a community, the carnivore community, we've got to take this issue to millions more people. It's great that I've got 2,500 and some odd subscribers. It's great that other people have 10,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers, but there's 330 million Americans. So even if we reached 3 million Americans, which would be amazing, if we could get 3 million Americans to adopt a zero carb or very, very low carb animal-based ketogenic diet, we could completely transform the budget. However, that would still leave 327 million Americans fighting for their lives, essentially. Anyway, guys, that's what's on my mind today. So the real purpose of my channel is to try to reach as many people as I can reach. And how can I do that? I can encourage others to watch my video, but most importantly, I need you to subscribe and click the bell notification so that you'll get new content as we go. Then I need you to share the video. Surely if you're watching this, you know people who are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s who are not living their best life. In fact, I bet if they could take a pill and give them what I have, they would take it in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, health doesn't come in a pill. It doesn't come in a pill bottle. It comes in diet, exercise, stress management, and sleep. That's not a hard prescription. And you can start slow and gradually build your way up, especially when it comes to like the exercise. I couldn't do all this stuff that I'm doing now. I couldn't do this a month ago. I could do a little bit of it, but I've consistently stayed with it. I've worked. I've added one more push-up per day. I've added a few more jump ropes per day. I've added some more sprints per day. I've added increasing the length of my sprints. But it all starts with that very first step. So you have to ask yourself, what is holding so many people back? Why won't people decide to change their way of life, their health? You walk around any shopping center, you go anywhere there's a lot of people gathered, and look at the 50-year-old men with these huge bellies. Look at the women with these huge legs and big necks, and you can just tell when they walk, they're not comfortable in their own skin. They're not comfortable getting out of the house and moving. They're sweating when it's 60 degrees outside. They're sweating profusely because they're in such poor physical shape. I would argue that even though they have a heartbeat, even though they're breathing, to some degree, they already died. Anyway, guys, I don't mean to be on such a downer there today, but I'm just trying to point out that death is a constant. Being a carnivore, vegan, vegetarian, whatever, we're all going to die. The question is, how are we going to live? And you know how I'm going to live. You know exactly how I'm going to live. I'm going to cue the music. Let's go. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with a loved one who needs to change their life. God bless. Carnivore Champion, out.